Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another Guild Wars 2 video. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over factuals. Or fractals. Fractals. Here we go. Right, so basically, what is a fractal? A fractal is a mini dungeon that have tier difficulties. Okay? Now, the tier difficulties are from 1 to 100. And your gear requirements from low level to high level are actually stipulated, and you need something called agony resistance, but I'll get all into that in a moment. Let's just start with, where is this giant red portal which takes you to Fractals? You've hit level 80, you want to know where it is. So what you do is you go to your map and you would go to Lion's Arch, and that's the Traders Forum waypoint there. And what you want to do is you want to get to this Fort Mariner waypoint, and it's just in the middle of all these portals here. Okay, that's where the big red one is. And as you walk up to the portal, right here you go, this tells you the fractals. Like, I've hit personal fractal level 5. Okay, so there we go. Personal agony resistance, I don't have any at the moment because I haven't been doing a lot of it. Okay, now what you need to do is, you can have a look and you can see, like, right here you've got Volcano 1 or Volcanic 1. So 1 volcanic. Suggested agony resistance right here says 0. Okay, but if I was to select number 5, hasn't got any. So I go I can't because, yeah, because I haven't actually unlocked them, so I can't show you properly. But actually, yes, I can. I'm sorry, I'm tired, I apologise. So as I hover over number 25, it says Shattered Observatory, and then this little symbol here, which I've now zoomed in on, has the number 17 next to it. That's the agony resistance required, or that's recommended for that particular level. Okay? And then you've got, once you've done tier 1, you go up to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and tier 4 goes all the way up to agony resistance of 150. Guys, okay, 150 is huge. Alright, so how do we do this? So what we'll do is, I'll just click number 1 and press enter. Okay, so you can go in on your own, or you can go in with a group. It's more recommended to go in with a group if you're actually going to do the fractal. I'm not actually going to do a fractal. I'm just going to show you around this sort of little area and show you the basics of what you can do. Okay, so up to the left as you come in, you've got a scaling sequencer. This is where you can go to up the difficulty level. Okay, now I don't want to, but that's where you can do it. Okay, and right here you got watch the Fractal of the Mist entrance cinematic again. Yeah, why not?
When you're doing serious research, good help is hard to find. But I need good help. You see, we've turned fragments of history from the aether into solid places. My crew calls them fractals. They exhibit some unpredictable behavior. We've sent teams in before, but they don't always come out. Maybe you can be of service. Simply enter the fractals and make them safe enough for us to do our research. It's unclear precisely what you'll face. Perhaps a few anomalies, but nothing of concern. The work may not be easy, but like my mentor always said, never waste a golem when you can use a volunteer. Especially when it's mutually beneficial. If you make it back in one piece, you get to keep what you find, and my crew gets knowledge. But I'm not worried. I know you can handle it.
Wow, now, there's a big guy. Okay, so I'm just going to end that one there. But yeah, you get that as soon as you come through. That's the start cinematic. Okay, so what else have we got here? What does a fractal do? So basically, a fractal is a mini dungeon, and you'd walk into this portal here to start it off. I'm going to say no. These little things are like little mini teleporters. They teleport you to a different place in the fractal environment around you. And there is a reason why I did that, I think. He says. Okay, so over... Wait. There we go. Okay, so if you go on up there... Look. Right. There is a bit. Up here. Right here. So we went in that one over there. If you come over here, you can actually, like, jump down here. Whoops. Don't jump on that thing. Bounces you back up. And you jump down here. So we got vendors. Golems that are vendors. Lovely. Right. So this guy here. Now, how do we get agony resistance in our gear? This is a question that's going to be frequently asked. So let's cover that one first, shall we? Right here, I've got a prime example. I made this, okay? Now, as you can see, this is my backpack. This is the only piece of armor that I have that actually has an unused infusion slot, okay? You can upgrade these. And let me just check. If I remember rightly, what you do is you use the... So what you would do is you would use the agony resistance orbs that you get from the fractals and a couple of other items. I'll leave a link to the wiki down below and check that out because I have more information on what you do. But you use the Mystic Forge in Lion's Arch and you put your armor with the agony resistance items and a couple of other items into that, and that will give you an unused infusion slot, or it'll put the agony resistance onto your gear. Not entirely sure. Like I say, I made this one. Okay, so you can make them in professions as well, so just keep your eye out for that as well. Now, what we will do is as we go through, we actually pick up the we pick up this stuff. We pick up the +1 agony infusions. Okay, now what you can do, there are multiple ways of getting agony resistance and to acquire these. The first way is by coming to this guy and you pay a little bit of silver and 1 agony resistance and you get a +3 agony resistance infusion thing. And then as you come down you go +1, you need 4 of those to make 1 +3, and then you need 16 of those plus that to make a +5 and everything else, and so on and so on and so on. So it's pretty self-explanatory, and the same goes all the way down because he has a lot that he can put in. And obviously when you get to like the melee and the healing and stuff like that, you get an extra stat. So you don't just get the agony resistance, you get like the +5 to power and healing and precision and all that good jazz. So use the website that I've told you about before, Meta Battle or Snow Crows, and see what agony infusion you need. Okay? And some of them actually, some of them have like a celestial look to them as well. There's like a celestial infusion that you can get. I don't think it's from here necessarily. I will have to look into that, and I'll leave a link to the wiki on that as well. And that can actually change how your character looks, which is actually pretty cool. I've seen some pretty decent ones. They look amazing. Like all the really cool like raid bossy looking type people, they're agony infusions or they're celestial infusions even. The other way is to go to the trading post and you can actually buy agony infusions. Now +4 agony infusions, like 20 silver, +3, +4, +5's there, +6. You know, have a little look and see. And then you've got the profession artifactor can actually make agony infusions. You can use the agony infusions you get. You get the +1s from doing the fractals themselves, and then artifactors can actually use that and turn it into higher ones. So if you're an artifactor that is a handy thing to do. And then obviously you can sell them and stuff. So, yeah, there's a way of testing, I believe, there should be a way of testing the actual agony resistance level of each fractal. There should be like a red circle somewhere. I thought it was over here, but I could be wrong. I think at higher levels it turns up here and you stand in it to see if your agony resistance is high enough to withstand the damage that you would receive. Because agony resistance is needed because the debuff that you get in fractals is it's basically a dot. It's a debuff, and that will affect you the minute you step into the fractal. At higher levels, that will it will decay your health over time, so it will dot tick you, and if you don't have enough agony resistance, that will kill you. That can kill you on its own, just that. So just something to take note of. So how do we go about doing how do we do fractals? Why do we do fractals? Okay, so you start off with the low end fractals and then you work your way up, and when you work your way up you actually receive higher and higher and higher rewards. Now, gear requirements, I would suggest from level 1 to level 19, so about here, from volcanic to volcanic, okay, I would suggest that you should have full exotic gear at least. At the very minimum, it's full exotic, from 1 to 19. From 19 to 25, I would suggest start making yourself the ascendant gear, maybe 1 or 2 pieces, and work your way up to infuse your agony resistance in up until this point. From tier 2 all the way up to tier 4, I would suggest having about midway through tier 2, so from probably around about level 38, I would suggest having full ascendant gear, and obviously matching the agony resistance that you've got all the way through, and then obviously just building up your agony resistance all the way through from there. So some exotic gear, like my backpack that I made, can have agony resistance placed into it, like this. Can have the unused infusion slot, but it's my belief, and don't hold me to this, but it's my belief from the research that I've done, that only ascendant gear other than crafted exotic gear can actually have these unused infusion slots tapped into them. Like I say, there's going to be a link in the description box below to the wiki. Have a little look. If I'm wrong, leave a comment below and let me know, because I will value all information that's passed on to me by you guys, and also hoping that the information I'm passing on is helping you guys as well, obviously. So yeah. Okay, so I think I've covered everything. What I would suggest is make sure that you get your agony resist up. Make sure you start working on your ascendant gear. I'll be bringing out a tutorial on how to get your professions up to 500 so you can actually start making your ascendant gear. That will be coming out fairly soon, within the next few weeks. So I'll be bringing that out in the next couple of weeks. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope that the bit of information that I've given you on fractals has actually helped you out a lot. Do let me know in the comments below anything that you know that I've missed, because sharing the information that we all acquire is actually really, really helpful to the community. And also, let me know if the video is helpful to you. I can't wait to hear from you, and I will say peace. Happy gaming. Stay safe out there. See you next time.